Okay guys, welcome back to the STPL. My name is Kix. Obviously if you're just joining us, and I'm with Rapid. We're watching Net Wars versus SouL Gaming, and it's been a crazy series so far. Net Wars are actually up 2-1, a score that maybe a lot of people wouldn't have predicted, but Koga taking down Noob, True Touch taking down Spire, and now it's going to be Yeti's turn. Can he take down Scan? I mean, if we actually have a look at the player table, just to prove something, if there's one player here that should be able to do it, it's Yeti. But the trouble is, Yeti's main win rate has come from versus Protoss and versus Zerg. He's only actually played one TV or PvT even. He has avoided Terrans entirely. And is this matchup going to be his downfall? He is going to be up against one of the strongest players who has played in the foreign scene. He lived in he lived in America for a while, lives back in Korea, currently doing his community military service. Obviously, both these teams are absolute titans in the STPL. Scan went undefeated in round 2, so did Yeti. Both of them with very good results so far this round as well. And they're going to be heading on to Benzene, one of the current season ladder maps. Two players, obviously, 2 o'clock and 8 o'clock spawns. Very good map for Protoss, very good map for Terran as well, depending on how it all plays out. Lots of room for shells, lots of room for Reavers. Obviously you have the droppable ledge behind the naturals as well, which we could see Scan do something with. Scan is a very creative player himself. But without getting into the game, we're not going to know that for sure. So it's game number 4 with Net Wars Yeti versus SouL Scan. And spawning here in the top right-hand position, we do have the Yellow Terran fighting for SouL. He's currently at a 2-1 disadvantage, so he needs to win this game to take it through the ace match. Can he do it? It's Scan.
Yep, and his opponent in the bottom left-hand corner in the red, fighting for the Polish team Net Wars. This is the winningest player in STPL, Yeti. Who, if he wins this game, will give a 3-1 victory to Net Wars over SouL, and crucially give SouL their only loss so far in round 3 of the STPL.
Yeah, kind of insane overall. I mean, this series is probably one of the ones I've been looking forward to most out of round 2. But round 2 has really shown that... round 3 even, has really shown just how close the teams are. Like, round 1 and 2, things were a little bit more one-sided. We had most of the same teams, so not really much has changed. But the quality of play has just gone up so much. And even against, like, the foreign teams, against the Koreans, they're doing so much better now. Bull Team joined us in round 2. I don't think they won a single match. And here they are in round 3 with really good stats. They nearly beat White Clan. They took them to the ace match. Unfortunately, Reina did lose a TBT, if I remember rightly, against FAMSE. And I mean, Net Wars have just been tearing it up the whole time. So it's just an insane time to be watching the STPL. And to be hosting it, mainly.
It's a probe scout after Gateway, so nothing super crazy early. Still going to get in and be annoying. That was after Gateway. So he's gonna get a chance to see that there is gas, which is the most important thing. So in all likelihood, 1-1-1 is maybe what we're gonna see. Now, well, maybe not quite as traditionally as you would see it against Zerg, but just going for a higher tech route. I don't know. There's always a chance the probe gets killed off early by these crazy SCVs, and lots of factories get built. But the biggest thing to keep an eye on is how does Yeti want to play this? Because his play style is way different than DeWalt, Bonnet, like all these foreign Protoss Gosus. Like Yeti plays it way differently. He's a little bit of a more early game player. Loves going gateway first. That's what he's doing this time around. And he might go for another one tier 2. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be an insane game nonetheless. I mean, Yeti obviously in PvZ plays a lot of Reavers. I mean, in PvP obviously Reavers are a mainstay. So it would surprise me here for him to really follow in the footsteps of Bonnet and try and go for this Reaver opening, but he's not proxying anything, so that's a good sign. feeling a little bit more confident in his PvT. I mean, this probe is still actually alive. I mean, there is only one Marine at the moment, but the probe is going to be able to get out. Scan is going to get a full scout in the main. You're going to see that it is going to be one gateway, one core with range popping up as well. So, I mean, both players kind of in the know of exactly what's going on at both sides of the map.
And the biggest thing to scout is the range spinning, to make sure that your Protoss opponent is using the gas appropriately and not doing anything like proxy DTs.
Yeah, Scan is actually staying in gas. I think he's going for... Okay, so he still went for a command center, but he did get it a little bit later than you normally would do. You can get it on 21 supply if you go for a gas cut, but wants to get as much gas as humanly possible early on. Should see him go into... I would imagine siege mode, but...
Alright, Yeti's scouting for the SCV. Oh my god, what a 6-star sense. He's going to find the SCV. Now, unfortunately, he forgets to move his Dragoon down there to actually kill it, so it's going to go towards the base again, but I think he's going to be able to snipe it with a second Dragoon, unless Dragoons are the worst unit. Are Dragoons the worst unit?
No.
Oh, okay, no, they're not. Thankfully, Scourge and Scarab still exist, so they can't have that title just yet, but they would have been in contention if they had let that SCV in.
Did Scan see the probe, though? That's obviously the next big thing in this game. Obviously, Scan
even then, that could be a fake.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I agree. And it actually looks like it might have been a fake.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what Yeti's doing back here. He is going to go for a Robo in his main, so... going to be a Robo, going to be a support mate coming up behind this as well, most likely. There is a probe scouting for any form of push out. Looks like Scan's tank was really confused there for a second, did sort of run back, but is going to join its allies. We do see an FD push coming out. That would have been mines, yeah, so it is going to be a defensive FD, not going to push too far. Does know that DTs are going to be an option here for Yeti, but I mean, this probe is going to likely see mostly everything that's going on. He'll see the command center land, and he'll see the SUVs as well, so things are looking pretty good for Yeti right now.
Yeah, probe is scouted by the raised building as well, so it's not going to stay unscouted for long. But yeah, great information on both sides, and really, let's see, where's the academy? Okay, it's just about to finish, so we're going to see scans reveal most of what Yeti is going for here momentarily when the scan finally builds the unit that gives him his name. But on the other side, it is just going to be basically the safest way to open his Protoss against Terran. But I don't want to see another one of these safe games. I want to see a really either decisive push out or sick Reaver moves or something to get the Terran player out of his comfort zone.
Yeah. Obviously, players like Scan, very, very well practiced. I mean, Scan has been playing this game for years. He plays it to a very high standard. Obviously, at the moment, he's doing his sort of community military service, so he's unable to stream. But when he was streaming like 9-10 hours a day or something crazy like that. So, Yeti, obviously a beast in his own right. The beast from the east, you might call him, obviously being from Poland. But things looking pretty good.
Poland and Western Europe? What? Or, well, actually, I guess it is Eastern.
It's counted as Eastern Europe.
West of Korea.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
Oh, it's fine.
I don't actually know where the line is to delineate Eastern and Western Europe. Maybe I should learn that. I've never been to Europe as a continent before, so not that that's an excuse, but hopefully I will make it over there.
Well, you have. You came to the UK.
Well, I mean, that's not part of Europe for much longer, so... Did I really go to Europe? I don't know.
Either way, Scan going for that quick +1 armory as well. Going to be going into double tanks. He saw that there's no robo support bay, at least at the time, so he doesn't need to worry about any form of shuttles coming into his main. So that should be pretty good.
Yes, indeed. Less shuttles in the main, always a good thing, Kix. Yeah. But I like that he's being active. He needs to probably take a third pretty soon here. The problem with Benzene is that thirds are not the greatest position. Either you take the one that's really far by ground at the 6 o'clock, or you move up towards like 9 and take a mineral only, which kind of feels bad. I mean, it gives you Infinity Zealots, but it's still kind of hard to defend for the most part. So getting out, stopping the Vulture from laying mines and clearing anything in his way. It's good to see Yeti on the move here. trying to stop this third from being easy to set up a safe position. Obviously, in construction, not built on location just yet or anything crazy like that. But yet he's getting out there, and he's not really revealing a whole lot either,
Yeah.
even in spite of scans.
Yeah, the scans haven't really seen all too much. Yeti did pull out of his gas for quite a while. They still allow him to get a lot more extra gateways to get those extra pylons at the front for a pylon wall. But, I mean, Yeti is just trying to hang back. He knows where the tanks are, and he knows he's got a good angle to try and come in and cancel any possible command center coming in here. But this command center is going to be flying in from the natural. Meanwhile, back at home, of course, he is looking to add his third base, but it's going to be a lot later than scans. And eventually that is going to add up. Scan, obviously, without that many factories for the moment, still only on 2, but he's been making double tanks for a while. +1 attack, almost finished. Starport on the way for him as well. And there's yet another scan on the third base, not seeing it.
It's kind of weird that he would miss that. It's like, okay, well, he sees the probe, but maybe not a whole lot else. So I'm waiting for the decision, right? Here comes the shuttle with all these zealots in. I think Yeti's gonna bulldog this. I mean, the tanks are like, half of them are actually unsieged right now, but that's just a lot of tanks. Granted, there's nothing in between those tanks and a whole bunch of speed lots. He just doesn't have a whole bunch of speed lots. He's got 4 in a shuttle, and I don't think that's gonna cut it, Kicks.
Yeah, speed for the zealots is about to come into play, though. There's a lot of zealots rallied over, and there's no mines. This could be the fatal error that loses Scan the game. He's finally getting some extra vultures in. Some mines finally going down at the perfect time. Scan going down on the army as well.
Oh wow, look at this bomb. He's gonna get 6 zealot bombs. Oh, forces a mass unsiege there on those lower tanks, and that's gonna be a really good opportunity to go in. There are not that many mines, but the observer actually runs into turrets and dies instantly. So a lot of the dragoons actually focusing on the barracks. They take it down, but that means the zealots actually will evaporate pretty quickly. And with a nice SCV pull to block the dragoons from getting in there, it's gonna be a whole lot of blue goo for Yeti.
Yeah, that was an insane hold by Scan, using his SCVs perfectly to block against the Zealots. I mean, that barracks may have just won Scan the game, or at least kept him alive in the game, because the amount of wasted Dragoon shots there was uncountable by the human eye, pretty much. And I mean, Yeti does have a lot of gateways back at home. He is going to be able to reproduce, but Scan is now in a fantastic position. He's got his upgrades. He's got his science facility. He's got +1 armor on the way. No second armory just yet. But I mean, you can see the difference between Scan and Buell's style. At this point, Buell had something like 10 factories already. Scan, content on 5, gonna take his mineral only, and we should see him start to flood factories a little bit later. But he is actually going in to... he's going into Goliath's now because he has scanned the Arbiter Tribunal is on the way.
Scan's macro may be a little bit behind. He's only on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 facts on 3 bases, so maybe you want to kick that up a notch. But I'm still thinking through that last fight in my brain, and I'm like barracks just have a lot of hit points, Kicks, many. And to watch those dragoons just sit there and kill the racks while the rest of his army is dying, that hurts a little bit. So, actually, kind of interestingly enough, Kicks, one benefit of killing that Rax is that Scan didn't rebuild a Rax. So I was talking about how he might want to, his macro is kind of slipping because he only has 5 factories. Well, it's because he can't build more factories because he lost his barracks in that fight. So that actually might be like the sickest Gosu moment of all, is that you stop the Terran's ability to macro because they forget to rebuild their barracks.
Yeah, now the problem is he's going to have Yeti trying to move out, going to be wasting a lot of time on those mines. And now Scan is going to be able to set up across these double bridges. Yeti is actually sending all of his units up there. Yeti has to try and deny this push for as long as humanly possible. He's got an observer here as well. But this is a lot of units coming in from Scan. He's going to have +2 attack. I keep thinking he's got +2 attack on the way. +1 armor is about to finish. And I mean, Scan is in an awesome position right now. The Vulture, the Zealots, though, getting on top of these tanks, doing a lot of damage. But the D-Matrix on the front tank really helping out.
Yeah, the Dragoons actually move up in range of those back tanks. That D-Matrix is insane. What on earth? Okay. So that spell almost single-handedly wins the game for Scan. Obviously, more went into it, but just so impactful there. More Zealots get on top of the tanks. There's Zealots there to buffer for them. Another round of Zealots will come through here, but the unsieged tanks will actually take them out very, very quickly. And with no army left to speak of, Scan poised to eliminate Yeti and take this series to an ace match.
Yeah, unfortunately the Arbiter has finally just arrived, but there's no more units for him to actually cloak with it. I mean, he's actually got... Oh my god, this could be the sickest mine drag. Oh, the mine in the natural! Killing most of the mining probes! Just taking out absolutely everything. The third base has gone down, and Scan is poised to push his way through.
Oh, disgusting.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw
mine.
that NSFP mine drag gif that went around a while back. This is right up there. Wow, what a way to win the game. Scan. Oh, eliminating Yeti and taking us to the ace match. This is such a sick series. By far the best one I've casted in STPL. I want more.
Yeah, and there's going to be more coming up because when we get back, we're going to be heading in to the ace match. And thankfully, I do have the names of the players. It's going to be Scan once again for SouL Gaming and True Touch.
Ooh. Oh, okay, I like it. Okay, take us to a commercial break, Kicks. I want to watch this game.
Okay, see you guys very soon.